What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Blaze over here at Blue Chip Athletic Club, and we're talking golfers mobility strength program. Day 2, we're talking lower body athletic mobility. So we're going to get into this whole deal. First things first, I want you to drop down into a deep squat. You're basically just going to hold really low as your body will allow you to be. Next thing I want you to do is I'm going to take my right hand, I'm going to plant it to the ground with my left kind of right next to it. I'm then going to let myself come up off of my right heel, drive my right elbow into my right leg, and now I'm going to go look up and twist and look at my left hand. So I'm going to be here, press and hold for a hot second, come down, plant your hands, and then switch sides. We're going to work here for 20 total reps side to side. So that would be 2. This is 3. This is 4. And you'll work for all 20 total. Next thing, I got some in my eye. Next thing we're going to do is going to be a half kneeling, stirring up the pot, if you will. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my right knee on the ground. My left leg is going to be here, kind of in this kneeling position. I'm going to put both hands over this left leg. And now all I'm going to do is I'm going to lean over this front foot, and I'm going to make little circles here around that ankle. We're going to go 30 seconds per direction. So we'll go 30 seconds counterclockwise, 30 seconds clockwise. And you'll notice the biggest thing is I don't want my foot coming up and off the ground like this. I want to keep my foot flat the whole time and open up the ankle here. So we'll be here again, work one side, and then we'll switch the other direction for the full working time. And then again, we'll switch sides. So half kneeling. Now I'm going to plant hands over the right leg, lean over. It's important to lean over that front foot. And now I'm going to be here working for all 30 seconds clockwise and then 30 seconds counterclockwise. After you're finished there, we're going to get into our knee 90 drill. So what I need you to do, get onto your butt. You can throw your hands behind you. This is going to be the easiest way to do these with your hands supporting you. I want you to just drop your knees down to the side. You're going to form 2 90-degree angles here with your knees. Next thing you can do is you can lean over this front leg, get yourself a nice stretch there on the glutes and right on the back. Then I'm going to plant my hands back, and I'm going to bring my feet through center and then switch sides. And then again, lean forward. If you want to make this more challenging, let's say, look ma, no hands. You can work through full side to side. If you want to make it even more challenging than that, you can go no hands, switch through the sides, and then you can pop up on the front shin box and then work your way back down nice and slow and then switch sides. So that's another way you can do it. You're going to go 20 total side to side. So 10 per side working through that set. Next thing we're going to go into is squats to stands. We are going to do 10 of these. Basically, all you want to do, find yourself into a deep squat, down nice and low. You're going to plant your hands into the ground, keep them there as long as you can, and then you're just going to stand your feet up. If you can keep your hands on the ground the whole time, great. If you end up coming up like this, that's fine. Come down, find yourself here, squat down as low as you can, shoot your butt in the air, and you can stare through your legs. That way you're able to concentrate on the hamstring. And we'll work for the full working set of 10 total. Oh, baby. Okay, next thing we're going to do, we're going to grab our dumbbells. I would suggest being pretty light with these. This is a pretty tough move. We're going to go a knee over toe elevated split squat. So the way this is going to work, I've got a bench here. This for me personally is probably a little high for my ability level. But if you have a bench, if you have a low box, if you have a couch, whatever you kind of can work with, go ahead and grab that, have it nice and close. And you're going to get into a split squat stance. I'm going to throw my left foot up on top of the bench here, planter right there, boom ski, and then my right leg is going to be back. So I'm going to be in this pretty wide stance here. If you're feeling like you're walking a tightrope, like you're like, oh, I can't balance, kick that foot out to the side. It'll give you a little bit of a balance, a little more balance and stability. So next thing I want to do, dumbbells are going to be in either hand. I'm now going to come down over my front leg like so. Notice how my Dumbbells are still going to be in each hand. Notice how my knee is coming out over my toe. That's why they're called knee over toe split squats. Knee is out over the toe. Dumbbell is down here and loaded. And now my back leg is kind of bent. So I kind of lost my form where I was standing up here. Notice how my back leg's pretty straight. As I came forward, my back knee bent a lot because of my lack of hip mobility. So now, on our way back up, what I want you to do is I want you to try to straighten that back leg before you come up. And then I want you to press up through the front foot. So again, we're going to come down nice and low. Here, my back leg, I lost it a bit. Straighten, and then press. And you're going to work for all 8 reps per side. We're going to go 3 rounds side to side. So after you do your left, same setup on the right. Right foot comes up. We're going to now come down, out, knees over the toe, straighten the back leg, and then press, and then work for all 3 rounds, 8 per side, and you'll get through all of those at your own pace. Next thing we're going to do is our elevated Cosshack squats. So we're going to keep the theme here of having our elevated surface. Now again, the way to scale both these and the knee over toe lunges is to bring the surface down closer to the ground. The lower the surface is, the more difficult it's going to be for your ankle mobility and your hip mobility for both of these moves. But we're going to just demo here our elevated Cosshack squats. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring my right leg up onto my bench. My left foot is going to be out to the side. I'm going to bring my dumbbell here into my right hand. Now, all I'm going to do, I'm going to keep both feet planted on the ground the whole time. I'm going to come down in a lateral lunge here, down towards the side. Notice how I'm throwing this hand out for a little bit of support, and then I'm going to come all the way back up. And notice how when I get all the way down here, I'm getting a connection between hamstring and calf, or back of the leg and calf, if you will, all the way down and then all the way up. If for some reason you are not getting that connection there in that movement pattern, what I need you to do is I need you to raise your surface if you're able to. Go from, a plate on the ground to your couch, a countertop, a coffee table, whatever you feel like you need to do, bring it up higher. If for some reason it's too easy for you, you can always load heavier, or you can bring the elevated surface down closer to the ground. So this movement here, where I'm down all the way down towards the ground, is much more difficult than it is if I'm up here, coming down, and then popping back up. So keep that in mind as you work through, progress. We're going to go 3 sets of 8 per leg. And again, the setup is the same on the right side as it is on the left side. Whichever leg is up on the elevated surface is the same hand that holds your dumbbell. So after you finish your elevated Cossacks, we're going to get into probably the toughest move of the day, which is going to be our hip cars. These are really hard. I'm going to move this out of the way so hopefully you can see. So when we go through our hip cars, the goal of these is to keep your hip engaged the entire time throughout the movement pattern. So the way it's going to look, I'm going to be close to some sort of a surface to grab onto. Now this can be a light pole, it can be your spouse or friend, family member, your kid, whatever you want to do. Just have something that's kind of stable for you to hold on to. Otherwise this movement gets pretty tough. So I'm going to now have whichever same side leg, so my left hand is holding onto the barbell rack. Left leg is going to be on the floor. Left hand is on the barbell rack. My right knee or right hip is going to now come in to flexion. I'm going to bring it up nice and high. My right knee is up nice and high. And then I'm going to kick my foot out, try and keep it as straight as I can. I'm going to come out now to the side. Now I'm going to point my toe forward, go all the way back around behind me, and then come back to the floor. That's going to be half of the first rep. Now I'm going to go here, lean forward a bit, kick my foot up nice and straight. Notice how I'm trying to drive my heel, try and keep my leg really straight. Now I'm going to come here, out and around, toe forward, now toe up, leg forward, knee in, down. That will be 1. We're going to do 5 per side. So I'm going to show you the setup again on the other side. Right hand, right leg is going to be planted. Left leg is going to come up nice and high, kick out and over, point the toes all the way down and around, and then here. And then we're going to hip hinge forward a bit, out and over, toes up, in front, in and down. and 5 on either side. We're going to do 3 sets of 5 per side. And then our last but not least move that we got going on is a hamstring walkout. This move is pretty simple. You're going to come down onto your butts. You're going to then elevate, if you can, up off of your glutes. So hips going to come up like you're doing a hip press. Then the next thing you're going to do is you're just going to go up on your heels, and you're going to walk, take little short choppy steps, get as far away from your butt as you can with your butt off of the floor. If you can get all the way out, great. Then you're going to walk your feet all the way back in until you're back at the top. That would be 1. And then you're going to do 3 sets of 8 of those to cap it off. So that is your lower body mobility day. A little bit of strength in there too. But you're going to do a great job. Good luck. Let me know how you guys do. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.